Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self-realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings of the scriptures and to enjoy daily satsang with us. We are currently studying the book Integral Yoga, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda ji, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhhilananda. In today's satsang, we will be studying Karma Yoga in more detail. Karma Yoga is a unique system of self advancement based upon the law of action reaction. In order to understand the law of karma, a person must gain an insight into what action is. Firstly, a person must act, or in other words, he must perform some karma. He cannot choose to be inactive. Sleeping, breathing, blood circulation, digestion, and other organic functions are actions in a sense, though some of these are involuntary. They are still expressions of one's involvement in karma. Analyzing this further, we find that all karmas or actions can be placed into three categories. Actions that promote harmony, understanding, compassion, endurance, patience, and charity are all called good karmas or good actions. Actions based upon hatred, anger, violence, intense selfishness, and various perversions of the mind are evil karmas. Thirdly, from a practical point of view, as long as one is involved in a world of karmas, action, he cannot be absolutely good or absolutely evil. There is always a mixture. So that is the mixed karma. Further, these three types of karmas can be performed in three ways: by thought, by word, and by deed. Suppose you have directed ill will towards a certain person. You didn't do anything against him, either in words or action, only kept it in your mind. As the law of karma is action reaction based, this mental action will result in the course of time a reaction. However, the reaction will only be in your mind in the form of mental anguish without affecting your external circumstances. A mental karma then bears fruit in the mental plane. But if that karma is developed to the level of speech by using cutting or abusive words towards someone, a reaction will result, which will place you in a similar situation. Someone will be directing abusive language towards you, and you will wonder why anyone would do this. But the law of karma is irrevocable. You never quite know how things have moved in your mind and how you have attracted various conditions to yourself. On the third level, your action becomes fully developed. You not only think ill of a person, but you also say bitter words to him directly. Further, you perform a physical action in order to hurt him. If in the course of time, when this action begins to fructify, you are affected mentally by restless thoughts, vocally by someone speaking harsh words to you, and by physically by encountering adverse circumstances. Karma and its fruit does not follow a crude law, but rather a very elaborate and refined process. Karmas that are performed give rise to impressions that exist in the unconscious as seeds. These seeds ready to sprout are also called karmas. So the term karma refers both to actions performed as well as the latencies that exist in your unconscious. People who find themselves in a positive environment are said to be backed up by good karmas, results of past good actions. People in general, though, see various happenings in their lives and attribute them to coincidence. Those who do not have a deep insight into the law of karma may be inclined to believe that man is a product of accident. But the entire study of yoga is based upon the understanding that nothing is accidental. Everything has a meaning. and a law behind it. It may seem that accidents do happen, but there is always a power which causes the accident to happen. If a person breaks his leg according to the law of karma, it is not a mere accident. Entering deeply into his mind, we would see that the mental forces that operate within him have led to the result of that accident. But that can be done but what can be done about past karmas and their coming results? As your reason begins to develop, you can handle the past karmic flow to your own benefit. A past negative karma that gives you constant frustration can be changed to help you. With a yogic insight, even that frustration becomes an austerity for you and an opportunity to grow into a spiritual personality or a philosopher. On the other hand, past good karmas give good conditions that, if misused by your impure reason, will gradually diminish. You have then lost an opportunity to grow under positive circumstances. We may say, however, that we did not ask to be put in the situation we are now in. But through close examination, human mind is seen to be constantly picking and choosing different circumstances that to his ego seem more pleasant. Ironically, he never knows exactly what to choose. And when those circumstances come to pass, when desires are fulfilled, he finds limitations in what he chose and wishes for something different. Gradually, through the practice of yoga, however, this becomes apparent in life, and we can gently mold our choices with the understanding of the law of karma and build a better life that is truly satisfying. Accordingly, we do not have to blame the world and the environment for what we are. The forces that can lead you to suppress the success are within you for your own discovery. No one need give you these resources because they are there with you already, waiting for you to tap into them. A knowledge of Karma Yoga brings this discovery close at hand. The practice of Karma Yoga. We have found that through Karma Yoga, actions are approached, analyzed, and molded so that one is able to enhance his personality. In practice, the simple guideline in Karma Yoga is that as the mind relaxes, actions proceed more spontaneously and qualitatively. This relaxed state leads to detachment, and it is the keystone in the practice of Karma Yoga. Whatever action is done in a detached manner without expecting a result. If it is done with the spirit of selflessness, it becomes Karma Yoga. Furthermore, the very fact that an action is done well is rewarding enough and automatically enriches the personality. Why then should a person vex his mind with any expectations? A story is told of two peasant daughters, one married to a potter and the other to a farmer. One day, the father visited the daughter married to the potter. In the course of their conversation, the daughter asked, "Oh, father, wish for me that there will be no rain. All our clay pots must dry in the sun, and if it rains, they will be ruined." Next, the father went to his daughter, whose husband's sole livelihood depended on farming. She begged, "Oh, father, please pray for me that there will be rain." So we can see that the father was in a dilemma as to what he should do. The fact is, he doesn't have to do anything, nor can he do anything, but let things rest in divine hands. Much in the same way, a karma yogi does his work without expecting any reward or result according to his own idea, letting things happen according to universal will and resigning to whatever outcome is the correct attitude adopted in Karma Yoga. With such a relaxed and detached attitude, one cultivates a progressive understanding of his resources, utilizing them in the best way possible. This leads to an increased, purified mind, which again rechannels these resources to speed the progress even more so. In brief, a person needs to learn detachment, a sense of surrender to the divine spirit or inward resignation to the universal will. That is Karma Yoga's secret art. Further, one should develop a spirit of serving mankind. Never feel that time is wasted in helping people, that something else should have been done. Rather, develop an assured understanding that if one helps others, he helps himself. He who shares happiness with others becomes happier himself. People who feel they should do things just for themselves and not bother about the world are acting in error. They become increasingly burdened with problems and worries. Such a burdened mind becomes the basis for the numerous evils of hatred, anger, and greed. The practice of Karma Yoga is the process of removing these evils. So, we will continue this beautiful journey in tomorrow's satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat.